everyone, welcome to Victoria's Cantina. Today we're having a look at the Mattel Batman Unlimited Arkham Origins Deathstroke. This figure is one of two releases from the Mattel Batman Unlimited Arkham Origins line, the other one being Batman, as we have previously seen. Here's a look at the packaging. So Deathstroke is very nicely detailed. He has a paint app that is quite shiny. It's like a bluish silvery gray kind of thing mixed in with like a burnt orange, and it looks pretty nice. I think the metallic look fits really well with the character. Not to mention, it looks like they did not skimp on detailing on this guy. He's very, very thoroughly visualized. Give you a close-up of the face there. Of course, it's covered by a helmet. If you've played Arkham Origins, then you know this guy, at least the beginning of the game, is incredibly hard to take down. It took me a long while to successfully beat him, but eventually I did. As far as detail and design goes, he looks quite exceptional. There's a lot of neat little elements to his design that look quite great, and just the way they did the coloring, I'm really pleased with the way this guy turned out, aesthetically speaking. You can even see some wear, some battle wear there on his shin guards and on his shoulder pad as well. Surprisingly, Deathstroke actually has quite a few accessories, which is not something that's really common with these DC Unlimited, Batman Unlimited lines. For starters, you get the bow staff that he uses in the game. It's pretty nice. Due to the way it's packaged, though, I think it got a little bit warped on the way out, but, you know, maybe I'll just straighten it somewhat. You also get a rifle. Looks nice, and, you know, just so you're aware, I mean, just so that we're in full disclosure here and you understand this 100%. This gun was made in China. Okay, I just want everybody to be aware of that. So it's nicely detailed. It's you know, it's a rifle. It looks okay. Deathstroke also has a sword in his sheath right here, as you can see. You can pull it out like so. Sword looks okay as well. You know, it's a really thin sword, but, you know, there's a little bit of orange on there. Now, unfortunately, the way that the sheath is made up, you know, this barely goes into this little hole. In fact, it wasn't fully, if you can see that there, it wasn't fully carved out when I got it, so, you know, just by pushing it in there, I was able to kind of form it out a little bit better. But when it goes in, you can still see the, like the blade. It's not really like 100% covered. The blade just kind of chilling out there, which doesn't seem very safe, but I guess he's wearing it in a armor to protect himself. With Deathstroke, you also get a pistol. Yep, looks nice. And it can clamp onto his hip, just like that. So, well, it's kind of weird, but I mean, it's kind of cool too that you can do that. As far as his articulation goes, Deathstroke has a ball-jointed head. Goes down quite a bit, as you can see, but it doesn't really go up. Goes side to side okay as well. The shoulders are hinged, however, you're not going to get a lot of upward movement on there just because of the shoulder pad. If you rotate it upwards and then go out to the side, you know, you might get a little bit more, but it's still a bit hindered. And then you have the hinged elbow. Doesn't get a lot of movement in there either, just because of the way it's designed. Swivel wrist, of course. He swivels at the waist. He has hinged hips. You can get a lot of movement from, if you're trying to make him do a split, but I don't think splits are really something Deathstroke would be into. As far as forward and backward motion, not really. And this is, I think, this day and age, that's kind of unacceptable, but, it is what it is. It just kind of gets hit back there by his rear end. He's got a hinge at the knee. Also rotate side to side, and then he's got hinged ankles. And again, they really don't go up and down. I don't even understand why they bothered with that. They could have just made him rotate and saved a little bit of money, but, what do I know? I don't work in the design department or anything at Mattel. Unfortunately, because of his articulation being hindered, you can't get him to hold the bow staff in both hands. It's kind of a bummer. Alright, to give you a comparison as far as scale goes with the Arkham Origins Batman, he looks to be pretty much in scale. They're about the same height. Deathstroke maybe a smidgen shorter, possibly. But yeah, very much in a good scale with each other. So yeah, well, it's a bummer that the Mattel Batman Unlimited / DC Unlimited line seems to be at its end. I guess it's a good thing that at the very least they've gone out with a bang as far as those figures go. Both Deathstroke and the Arkham Origins Batman are probably among the best characters done in that lineup. Of course, we have the DC Collectibles version of Deathstroke from Arkham Origins coming out next year. So he looks like he's going to be a pretty good figure as well. It'll be interesting to see how he stacks up compared to Mattel's version. But yeah, all in all, Deathstroke's a good figure. If you have the Batman that goes along with him, it's kind of a no-brainer to pick up Deathstroke as well, especially if you've been following this line for a little while. Yeah, the articulation isn't that great, but, the detail is all there. He looks quite great, and I think that, to me personally, detail and likeness is more important than articulation. Plus, you also get quite a few, not great, but good accessories to pose him with. Unfortunately, he can't hold his accessories very well because of his articulation, but, at least Mattel provided them, which isn't something they usually do nowadays. Thanks for watching Victoria's Cantina. Have a good one. Bye.